Today I'm taking a look at a phone that I have had for quite some time now. It's the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, while also focusing on a few major considerations about foldables or folding or foldy phones. I have reviewed over 10 of these types of phones now, so I can speak to a lot of the personal experiences that might be major drawbacks for you. So should you buy a foldable phone? Are they a gimmick in 2025? Who would find this useful? Well, we're going to answer those questions, but first we have a couple of viewer questions. Enrique writes, "My question is in durability. I'm the kind of person that would back pocket the phone and sit down with it, only to remove it afterwards. I think all of my phones have waddle or curve because of that, so I worry on durability, flexibility, and bending." And Melissa writes, "I have never had a foldable phone. In your opinion, what are the pros and cons? In addition to the size of the device, a new user should know before purchasing." So the first obvious point is going to be price. Foldables tend to be more expensive. With the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, MSRP is $17.99, although right now you can find it for $14.99 at time of recording. Now with no trade-ins or deals, that's still going to be a lot of money for this device, especially for a folding design that has notably had durability concerns for these types of devices over the last few years. Foldables tend to release in really limited color and storage options too. While we can get a traditional candy bar type phone with upwards of 1 terabyte storage now and hopefully some bright fun color options, the foldables offer less options for internal storage. The 9 Pro Fold comes with 256 or 512 gigs and 2 color options, obsidian or porcelain. Now, as Melissa mentioned, the size of the device is going to be a consideration. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is about 6.1 inches tall and 3 inches wide when it's folded. When you unfold this device though, that's a pretty big honker. It's 8 inches. It's also 0.4 inches thick or 0.2 when unfolded, so it is really thin. I really like that about this. It is close in the size to a candy bar phone whenever it is folded. So straight up, it is going to feel like a candy bar in hand whenever you have it folded. But then when it's unfolded, it is very, very thin, and it's a pretty large device. It's a large screen. It's also going to be a little bit heavier at 9.1 ounces versus around 7-ish ounces for traditional phones. Now these are pretty small differences, and since Google went with this wider external display from side to side, using it like a traditional phone is easily manageable. Plus the cover screen has excellent specs already. We got 120 Hz, 1080 by 2424 OLED, 2700 nits peak brightness, so you can see how bright this thing is on the screen. You can comfortably use this thing like a normal phone. The Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on here definitely helps with durability too. Now YouTube is kind of terrible at showing my content to the right eyeballs out there, and subscribing does indeed help teach YouTube what you want to see more of, especially if it's my kind of videos in your feed. So subscribing below is the easiest way to make that happen. It's totally free, and that will make it easier to find my content in the future. As usual, all the videos on my channel are free to watch, and I thank my YouTube members and my patrons for making that possible. Now that internal folding display is also very high end. It's an 8-inch Super Actua display. It's a Flex LTPO display, 2076 by 2152 OLED. It's also 120 Hz, which is very nice. And you have that 2700 nits. So in terms of brightness, it's gonna match what you're seeing on the external display too. Now head on, it is kind of hard to see the crease when you're looking at it dead on. So if you look at it in my display right now, it's really hard to see that crease when you're looking at the screen straight down. Though as soon as I turn it side to side, yeah, it's definitely noticeable. You can certainly see that crease in the center of the screen, and you can feel it when you swipe across the screen. It's a gradual feeling, but it's there. So with that said, yes, it's a gradual crease. It's not unbearable. It does feel very smooth, and unfolded, the screen is very straight. I would say the screen looks really good, right? There's been a lot of improvements on folding screens over the last couple of years, and they do keep getting better. Now, one of the weird things that you will notice with this practically 1-to-1 aspect ratio is widescreen movies look heckin' weird because they have giant black bars on both sides. Or if you turn it to the side, it's gonna be on the top and the bottom. And multitasking isn't as customized as it is on a Samsung Foldy. You can only do 2 apps side by side, not like 4 different apps. Also, there's no S Pen support for the Pixel device, so keep that in mind too. So then we move on to those cameras, and I have to say cameras are where folding phones continuously it just feels like they keep on falling short. If you get a candy bar phone like a Pixel 9 Pro, an XL, or a Samsung S25 Pro or Ultra, we're getting nearly 50 megapixel lenses, sometimes more, across the board with lower apertures. Lower is better for light and natural background blur, a shallow depth of field, faster shutter speeds. We've also seen from candy bar phones some really great zoom quality, but folding phones tend to have lower quality lenses compared to this year's models. That's not to say they aren't usable, they just aren't up to 2025 premium phone standards. The 9 Pro Fold has a 48 megapixel f1.7 wide. That's excellent, that's a really good lens. It gives you really beautiful photography and videos like the ones you can see here, but the ultra wide and the telephoto are around 10 megapixels, f2.2 and f3.1. Yikes! With lower zoom options too. The super res zoom only goes up to 20 times. Add to this the lower end 10 megapixel f2.2 selfie cameras that are found on both the external and the internal displays. And you have a phone that is not built for content creation. It's not built for taking photos of your kids or for low light photography. For me, that's a big trade-off and is why I still buy traditional phones. They just have better cameras. Now you might be hearing this and thinking, well, snubs, this actually came out in September of like 2024. Yes, true, but candy bar style phones that came out in 2024 still had better cameras than this one when it came out. But in terms of those cameras though, you're still gonna have something that's better than a few years ago. It just feels like the generation of these camera lenses is still like 1 or 2 years behind. Now, one of the pros though, the folding design does allow for photo previews using the rear cameras for selfies. So if you want to use these for selfie pictures, you can still do that, which is a really nice perk of using a foldable. All right, to be completely fair to a folding phone though, I don't think these are made for photographers. They're made for productivity. They do match premium phones in terms of internal RAM, CPU processing power. The Tensor G4 and the Titan M2 security plus 16 gigs of RAM matches or may even beat the current premium models from Google and Samsung. I still think storage should go up to 1 terabyte to kind of justify that price, but that's just me, speaking as somebody who does tons of 4K video on my current phones. So productivity apps, video editing, AI, gaming, multitasking, it handles those kind of tasks with no problems. It's a very smooth experience. It feels powerful and you can indeed get a lot of work done on this big screen. It is wide enough to act like a little tablet. Pair it with a portable keyboard and a mouse and replace your traditional portable setup. The battery life is also really great these days on folding phones too. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold has a 4650 mAh battery with 21 watts of fast charging, wireless Qi charging at 7.5 watts, that could be faster, and this will land you over 24 hours of battery life with normal usage. Now, I will say that the charging speeds are still generally pretty slow compared to some of the other phones that I have tested, but 21 watts will get me by. Now, this is a smaller battery than your current premium flagships, but it is efficient. I'm still saying like 12 hours of actual screen on time. Foldables also ship with the latest Android options, so for the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, that was Android 14. However, now you can update it to Android 15. Google is promising 7 years of OS security and pixel drop updates too. Then we also have face unlock and a fingerprint unlock via the power button, which are included as well, and both are very responsive. AI is included too, so you get access to things like Gemini Live to have a conversation with the AI app. It can summarize emails for context. You can use Circle to search. Google's camera AI modes are included, like Best Take and Magic Editor and Add Me. So here's where I reiterate again that yes, I know I'm poo-pooing on those cameras, but I also wanted to discuss durability. In the past year, 2 of my non-techie RL, my real life friends, bought folding devices, a couple of foldies. One friend got a Z Flip 5 and another friend ended up getting a Z Fold 5. The person who got the Flip 5, well, the screen crapped out on her. She used a warranty, she upgraded to a Flip 6, and she has been happy. The person who got a Fold 5 also had her folding screen crap out on her too, and she traded it in for a regular Pixel. So if you do get a foldable, I would recommend getting a warranty because they still don't appear to be very durable and long lasting. And in both of their cases, they were able to get upgrades, not repairs. Neither of them are what I would consider power users. They are regular consumers using their phones for regular, normal use. And their folding screens just ended up breaking after normal wear and tear. Luckily, in their cases, warranties saved them both. Make sure whatever warranty you get covers the folding screens. I have dropped my folding phones on dirt hiking paths and they did survive. So that's not to say that every folding device you buy is going to end up just dying on you. But durability is a concern, so you've got warranty options to back you up in the case of an issue. Camera lenses are not the high-end premium flagship ones we see. They're usually similar to the previous gen flagships instead of this year's flagships in comparison. So not the best option for photographers or content creators if you want to stay like completely up to date in terms of what you can get, but it's powerful. These folding devices are so powerful. The battery does last and it can be used as a portable miniature tablet. So comment below, let me know your folding questions. Thanks again to my s'mores for subscribing and watching. I'm Shannon Morris and I'll see you soon. Bye y'all.